All right, let's talk about something we all do, something so routine we don't even think about it. You're chilling, maybe it's late, the day is over. You're scrolling, relaxing when you get that little ding on your phone. It's a FaceTime call. Your best friend, your significant other, your mom. It's this little digital window into their world. You see their room, their tired smile, and in return, they get a little window into yours. We use it to bridge the distance, to feel closer, to share a laugh or just comfortable silence. When we can't be in the same room, it's the next best thing. It feels safe, it feels normal. But that's the illusion, isn't it? Because that window works both ways. And what happens when it shows you something you were never meant to see? Something that makes the hair on your arms stand up and your blood run cold. We trust these calls implicitly. We walk around our homes giving a virtual tour, showing off our most private spaces without a second thought. But we forget that technology is not a perfect mirror. It's unpredictable. It glitches. It freezes. The connection lags. And in those strange, distorted moments, it can sometimes show you a side of reality that's dark, twisted, and hiding in plain sight. Tonight, we're going to dive into that digital darkness. 3 times when a simple FaceTime call turned into a full-blown nightmare. Imagine it. It's the middle of the night. The house is quiet. All the doors are locked. You're tucked safely into bed. The only light is the cool glow of your phone screen. But that little front-facing camera is an unblinking eye. It sees what you can't. It sees the room behind you. The dark hallway, the closet door you left slightly ajar, the shadows. And sometimes the shadows move when they shouldn't. So, get comfortable. Maybe turn on an extra light. Double-check that deadbolt. Let's get into it. Our first story is about a girl named Sarah. She was a college student living alone for the first time in a small, second-floor off-campus apartment. It was an old building and she was still getting used to its creaks and groans. To combat the loneliness, she had a ritual, FaceTiming her boyfriend Ben almost every evening. Hearing his voice made the unfamiliar sounds fade away. It made her feel safe. Her bed was pushed right up against the wall, directly under the room's only window. She always kept the blinds down, but it was a cheap set. A few of the plastic slats were bent, leaving tiny, irregular gaps. That night, as Ben talked, her eyes drifted to the dark window. Suddenly, she felt that primal, prickly sensation on the back of her neck, the unmistakable feeling of being watched. Through one of the gaps, a flicker of movement. It was so fast, she almost thought she imagined it, a branch in the wind. She tried to focus back on Ben, but she couldn't shake the feeling. Her heart started to pound.
Hey, you okay? You seem a little out of it tonight.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just tired, I guess.
Sarah, listen to me. Can you angle the phone up just a little so I can see the window behind you? Stay on the line with me. Don't hang up.
Her hand trembled as she tilted the phone. Now they were both staring at the image of the dark blinds on her screen. Then it happened again. A dark, slender shape slid past one of the gaps. It was slow, deliberate. Definitely not a branch. Solid. Both of them saw it. Sarah gasped, but Ben's face had gone pale. His eyes were wide with a horror she didn't understand.
Sarah, the shadow, it's not outside your window.
What are you talking about?
No, I can see its reflection. In the phone screen, it's behind you. It's inside your room.
As the meaning of his words crashed down on her, a sound from across the room cut through the silence. At that exact moment, the closet door began to creak open. Our next story is about Jake, a good student with a crippling habit of leaving things to the last possible second. Tonight, it was a massive history final, and the clock was his enemy. To stave off exhaustion, he FaceTimed his best friend Liam. They traded facts and complained about their teacher, a familiar ritual to keep each other from face-planting onto their keyboards. Jake's desk faced the wall, so his phone's camera had a perfect view of the room behind him. The bed, dresser, and the bedroom door left slightly ajar. In the profound quiet, every tiny noise was amplified, a creak, a soft thump. He tried to rationalize it, the house settling, his cat, Mittens. But then, a new sound started, a faint, dry scraping from the hallway. Scrape, pause, scrape. It sounded like fingernails dragging lightly against the floor.
Hey, did you hear that?
Dude, sleep deprived. Your house isn't haunted. Probably.
As they moved to the World Wars, Liam squinted. Whoa, did you see that shadow by your door move? Jake glanced over. Nothing. A moment later, his connection started acting up.
Hey man, your Wi-Fi's freaking out. You look like a blocky mess.
Then for a split second, as the pixels resolved, the face on the screen wasn't his. It was something gaunt and bone-white, with eyes like dark pits and a mouth stretched into a silent, impossibly wide grin.
Did you see that? My face, it just changed.
No, it just froze again. You're losing it.
But Jake knew what he saw. He spun around, scanning his own bedroom, which now felt alien and threatening. The hallway was no longer just a hallway, it was a gaping mouth of darkness.
Please, watch my screen. Tell me if it happens again.
And then it started again. Not a glitch, but a slow, deliberate transformation. On screen, Jake's features began to warp and melt, his mouth stretching into that same horrifying grin.
Jake, what is happening?
He's been studying so hard.
The voice wasn't coming from Jake. It was coming from the room him. Technology, our sterile logical creation, became a conduit for something else. Sometimes the glitch is a doorway.
Don't move.
He realized the screen showed him more than his notes ever could. A face that wasn't his stared back from just behind his own empty chair. A simple study call turned into a paranormal event, and the house wasn't as quiet as it seemed. Sometimes the person you're talking to isn't the only one on the line. Our final story is about Maya. First apartment, big city. The building was a pre-war walk-up, full of the kind of character brokers call charming. She was thrilled and a little lonely. So, on her first night, she called her best friend Chloe to give her the grand tour.
Okay, so this is the living room. Still mostly boxes. And this is the tiny kitchen, but it has a dishwasher, so I'm winning. The landlord said the walls are thick, you'll never hear the neighbors. A real quiet floor, he said. And get this, the doors have like 3 locks each. I'm basically in Fort Knox.
They talked for over an hour, filling the empty space with easy laughter. As city noise faded, the building's own ancient sounds took over. The groan of pipes, the hum of the old refrigerator, the comforting sounds of a new home, until a different sound surfaced, a soft rhythmic tapping. Tap, tap, tap. So faint at first, Maya almost missed it, thinking it was part of the building's nightly symphony.
Hold on, do you hear that?
The tapping continued, steady and slow. It seemed to have no specific origin, echoing as if it was coming from inside the apartment itself.
It sounds like it's coming from the walls? That's so weird.
Tap, tap, tap. It wasn't random. It was clear and deliberate, like a signal.
Maybe it's just the pipes settling. This place is ancient.
But then it got a little faster, a little more insistent. The rhythm was too perfect, too intentional for old plumbing.
No, this is freaking me out. I'm going to check the hallway. Stay on the line with me, okay? Don't hang up.
Her fingers fumbled with the unfamiliar locks. With a final, heavy clunk, she undid the last one and peeked out into the corridor.
There's no one out here. It's completely empty. Just quiet.
She pulled the heavy door shut, the deadbolt sliding home with a definitive click. The tapping stopped. The apartment was utterly silent again. But when she looked back at her phone, Chloe's face was a mask of pure horror.
Maya, oh my god. When you opened the door, the tapping didn't stop for me. It got louder. What are you talking about? It's silent. I don't hear anything. Chloe, you're scaring me. No, I could still hear it. It wasn't coming from the hallway or your apartment. Maya, it was coming from your phone, right next to your ear.
A sound with no physical source in the room. A disembodied rhythm traveling through the digital connection between them. It was a ghost in the machine. The call wasn't a lifeline, it was the conduit. The terror was already inside. Some things don't need to stand in the hall or scratch at the door. They find new ways to travel with the connection. And sometimes, when you think you're showing your home to a friend, they're already watching you through the screen. These stories tap into a very modern fear. FaceTime creates the illusion of presence. We're only seeing what the camera shows, a tiny, curated rectangle of reality, a shadow in a room, a glitched face that wasn't human, a sound with no source. For Sarah, the threat wasn't outside, it was inside all along. For Jake, the glitch was a doorway. For Maya, the threat wasn't in the apartment or the hall, it was in the connection itself. When you open FaceTime, you're not just opening an app. You're opening a window into your home, your life, your most private spaces. And you're opening a window for something else to look back through. We show our rooms, our families, our lives, trusting only one person is watching. We lock physical doors but leave digital windows wide open every day. We never really know what might be looking over their shoulder. The line between real and digital is blurry, and that's where fear grows. Next time your phone rings late at night and that familiar icon pops up, take a second. Look around your room, check the locks on your door, and maybe think about what might be lurking in the shadows, just out of frame, waiting to be seen, because you never truly know who you're letting in. And that should make all of us a little uneasy. Be safe out there, and in there.